E.N.D here. Today I'm going to give you a tutorial how to sell your cards on electronic platforms. I know a lot of you have a lot of duplicate cards. You buy booster boxes, you open them, you take the cards that you like, and let's say the truth, it's a very positive experience opening a booster box. It is a lot of fun in opening your packs and hoping to find the cards that you really need and you really want. But when you do this type of exercise, you end up with a lot of cards that you don't need, but I'm sure that other players need those particular cards. Therefore, you would like to sell them. You can sell them at your LGS. Maybe you have some friends, you try to sell them to your friends, to other players locally. But let's face the truth, local market is very restricted. You don't have a lot of players that want particular cards, and therefore you end up without selling those particular cards. Therefore, electronic platforms is the ideal market for you to sell your cards. I'm not going to sponsor any particular website. There are a lot of websites where you can sell your cards. TCG Player, there's eBay, there's also social media. On Facebook there are groups that you can sell your cards on these particular groups. Today I'm going to concentrate on eBay. eBay is the platform that I like to use to sell my cards. It is a very reliable platform. It is a very easy to use, and obviously it is the one that I'm going to discuss today. I'm not going to tell you how to sell on eBay. There are other tutorials on YouTube how to sell it. I'm going to give you a tutorial how to sell your cards. The most important and one of the most important things in selling your cards on any platform is your reputation, your rating. If you have no rating at all, it will be extremely difficult to sell your cards. I have already done a tutorial from where you should buy single cards, and the first thing I told you is that be aware from where do you buy, be aware that they have positive ratings. Without positive ratings, without positive reputation, you will be surely host. Therefore, how essential it is for you to build a good reputation, to build a good rating before selling your cards. How this is done? First of all, when you use, in my example, eBay, to buy something, always ask the seller to give you a positive review, and obviously in return you give him or her a positive review. With this you will build a little bit your reputation, your positive reputation. Also, if you want to sell your cards immediately, my opinion is that don't sell high value cards at first, because without reputation, the person that will buy your cards will be taking a risk. Even though you are a legit person, you are an honest person that you want to sell a card, even though you are legit, people will be afraid from buying from yourself because you don't have a good rating or good reputation. Therefore, sell the bulk rares first. Sell the $1 to $2, $3 cards, because, as I said, if you want to build a good reputation, you have to sell your cards at a cheaper price than the average on the market. Without that, no one will buy a card from you, because for the same price, I would buy the card from seller A that has for 100 positive ratings and not from you that you have 0 or 1 positive rating. For the same price, I would not risk it and would buy from another person. But if you have a cheaper price, people will buy from you because it's cheaper, because $2 to $3 cards, you're not going to fake or counterfeit that card, and because there is the buyer protection, do not host those sellers, those buyers. You will build your reputation step by step, and once you have a good reputation, 200 plus positive ratings, then you can begin selling the high value cards. At this stage, we have a good rating, so we will begin selling the high value cards. Let's take as an example that I want to sell this Ether vial from Dark Steel. It's an uncommon card. It is around $30 to $40 card in mint condition, and I want to sell this card. I already have a positive rating, so I'm going to price it at the average price. If you want to sell fast your card, you need to be very vigilant on the market. Check the lowest price available on, in this case, eBay, TCG Player, and you put that card a little bit cheaper than the cheapest price. Like this, you will have the cheapest price possible for your card. Let's say if the cheapest card is $35, I would put it to $34.50. A 50 cents reduction in price that will surely attract someone that wants to buy this particular card. Players will tend to buy the cheapest card if you have positive ratings and they are guaranteed that they will receive the card and have a positive service. If you put this card at $60, no one will buy it. If the median price is $35, this card, no one will buy it. If you put it to $40, you will be very lucky if someone buys it, unless you offer a premium service. We put this on website, we put this on eBay in my case, and what you need is good pictures of your card. Take a good camera, a good phone, take good pictures. eBay lets you to put 4 different pictures. There's nothing wrong. Usually for a card I would take, if it's a very expensive card, the front and back. If it's an old card, I would put a little bit the sides also. It is not really necessary. And you put the card on sale, good pictures, especially the first picture, 1 to 2 pictures, put it on the website, good description. In this case are Aether Veil, Dark Steel, uncommon card, rate the rating. In this case will be a near mint condition. It is very important that you put the cards in the condition they are. If you have a light play, put it as a light play, not as NM, as near mint. If you are in doubt, I would not risk it and I would put it in light play instead of near mint. If you put a card in a different condition as stated in the website, you will be guaranteed that you will get a negative feedback. So don't risk it, don't get a negative feedback. Put it at the lowest possible instead of the highest possible. In the description you can rate that it's nearly mint, but you're putting as light play because you have some doubt. There's nothing wrong. Who's going to buy this card knows what you write, and he's aware about the condition of the card. As I said, you took good pictures with you could use a phone, you could use a camera. You put the listing on the website and you will wait for someone to buy your card. If you put your card at a good price, you have a guarantee that within 3 to 4 days the card will be sold. Surely. I'm sure, guaranteed that the card will be sold. Now, once the card is sold, you have to take in consideration two factors: cost of shipping and rates. If you sell this card for $35, you will give 10% as a fee to, in my case, eBay, plus taxes, that is $3.5, and because the buyer will use PayPal, you will also be charged a 5% fee. Therefore, you will not pocket $35 in case of, in my e.n.d, you will pocket less. You will pocket nearly $30. Obviously, using this type of services, there is a cost, there is a fee, and nothing comes free. So you will pay the fee to whoever you're listing on, and therefore, this is why I told you you have to be very cautious when listing certain cards. It's not because the card has a value, it means that you will get that value. You will get always a lesser value than the card, because of fees, because of reputation, because obviously of the market. There is also the supply and demand. So you have your card, it's sold, the website took its fees, now it's time for shipping. Shipping cost is very, very sensitive. If you ship at the lowest possible cost, you have to take in consideration in protecting the card in shipping. Protecting card means that you need sleeves, and sleeves cost, let me zoom a little bit, sleeves cost. If you're using a top loader, you have to buy the top loader. Top loader guarantee you much more protection than a sleeve. Also, you can use some bubble wrap. In the case of one card, I wouldn't advise in using bubble wrap, but if you have a pack of cards like this, I recommend to use bubble wrap. All these cost. Obviously, you need envelopes. You need to ship your card in envelopes, and depending on what you're using, there are also bigger envelopes. As I said, all these come at a cost. You have a 5 cents to 10 cents cost of the envelope, you have the sleeve, another 5 cents, you have the top loader, another 20 cents, you have the bubble wrap. All these have a cost. I would estimate that the minimum cost of shipping is around 75 to 80 cents. That is the minimum amount of shipping. If you sell the card at $1, you will sell it at a loss. Yes, if you sell, for example, 4 common cards at $1, you will sell those at a loss. But sometimes it's needed to build a good reputation. In my case, my e.n.d, I have already paid my fees. For my $35, I'm already at 30, and now I need another $1 for shipping. My recommendation is that if you ship very expensive cards that are $15 and more, my advice is that you ship by registered mail, by tracked mail. Tracked mail obviously is more expensive, but you have a guarantee that it will arrive in time and to its destination. What are other things you have to take in consideration in selling your cards? So now we have done our things. We have put our card in a protected sleeve, in a top loader. We have put it in a good envelope. Now it's protected and have been sent. Because it's a $35, my advice is to send it by registered mail. I have sent it by registered mail. What else I have to take in consideration? Obviously, tracked mail can be lost. So it's very important that you ensure your mail, and it's very important to keep a good communication with your buyers. If your buyer sends you an email, send you a message regarding a lost package, regarding a package that didn't arrive, you have to answer them immediately. As I said, selling cards is very important that you keep a professional way how to do it. If people trust you, they will buy from you again. If they have a problem, my advice, because of the buyer's protection, they will be refunded. Therefore, my advice is that if someone sends you a message, if someone open a resolution problem with eBay, with PayPal, take action immediately, give them the refund immediately, because like this, you will be guaranteed probably a good positive rating. The buyer will get its refund. Obviously, no one will refund your fees and your postage cost. No one will refund. This is why you have to be cautious when selling cards. Sometimes selling cards, there are so much risks, there are so much cost, that selling low value cards is not that worth it, but someone has to do it. If you don't give them the refund immediately, Resolution Center will 100% close the issue in favor of the buyer, and they will take the refund from your PayPal account. And thus, you risk a negative feedback on your name. There are a lot of scammers out there. There are a lot of buyers that they will tell you that they didn't receive their package and they will receive it. There's nothing you can do. My advice is that be honest with whom you are buying from. Don't get cheap in hosting someone for a $2, $3, $4, $5 card, because you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong to the system, and that this will discourage people to sell cards on this type of platform. And more people sell, the prices will go down. If there are less people selling, the prices will go up. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This is a very good tutorial how to sell your cards. You can leave me a comment below if you have any advices to someone that wants to sell his cards or her cards on electronic platform. I have also my email address in the description below. If you want to send me any questions, I will be gladly, happily answer them back. And here there is a subscription button. Subscribe for my channel for more interesting information about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.